FactsVerse presents. This disabled woman's husband kept sneaking off, and when she realized why, she burst into tears. Help us spread the word about FactsVerse by clicking that like button, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Liz Soden was in a freak accident in 1999. Before that, she was a very active woman. She worked as a school bus driver, and she was a reserve sheriff. She even had plans to join the police academy. Her boyfriend Brad was a combat veteran and a firefighter, and there were times when their jobs would overlap. If there were a fire, Brad would be there fighting the fire. Liz would be there controlling the traffic in the area. In their spare time, they did a lot of volunteering, mostly at local schools. When they weren't working or volunteering, they loved to go camping, hiking, and water skiing. They loved their active lifestyle. Brad was a single father with 3 sons. When he met Liz, who had 2 children from a previous relationship, he quickly fell in love. Brad knew from the moment he met Liz that they were going to be together forever. He said she was the nicest, most unselfish person who was always smiling. He said Liz always had something good to say. 3 days after Liz turned 35, she was in a serious car accident. She had to be flown to Las Vegas, and the doctors told her that she had a broken back. The doctor then told her to call her family and say her goodbyes because it didn't look good. Liz called her mother to tell her what had happened. Fortunately, Liz did make it through the surgery, and she began to improve. Sadly, the doctors told her she would never walk again. Liz, being the unselfish person that she was, told Brad that if he wanted to leave her so that he could be with somebody normal, she would understand. Brad refused and decided to show Liz how serious he was about making their relationship work. While she was still in her hospital bed, Brad proposed marriage. 6 months later, the couple were married in a desert ceremony. Liz didn't want her wheelchair to be visible in any of her wedding photos, so Brad arranged for her to sit in a golf cart. First, she was driven by her grandfather and then by her new husband. For their first dance, Brad held his wife and danced for them both. After the wedding, things were not easy for Liz. She suffered from many infections, each almost taking her life. She also had close to a dozen blood transfusions and 5 surgeries. She had to go into the hyperbaric chamber 32 times, hoping to speed up her recovery. Liz went through hell, but Brad remained by her side. When Liz had a severe reaction to her antibiotics, her liver almost shut down. She was in the intensive care unit for 6 days. After each of her illnesses and surgeries, she found herself bedbound for weeks, depending on others to take care of her. According to Liz, everyday tasks were a challenge. She says that she tried not to dwell on the negatives because it only left her in tears. She had constant backaches and she got frustrated when she wasn't able to do something. Through it all, Brad remained by her side. Liz says that Brad was her life, her backbone, and her strength. Brad felt the same way about Liz and says that it's his job to make her happy for the rest of her life. Well, soon he decided to start a special surprise project for Liz, and it kept him away from home quite a bit, but he was sure that it would all be worth it in the end. He was working on a tank chair. It's a wheelchair with heavy-duty treads. It was able to glide up the stairs and speed through muddy hills, snow, and sand. It took Brad 2 years to make the tank chair, and it cost about $50,000. He had to experiment with plenty of materials and engines until he found the right combinations. All the while, Liz had no idea what her husband was working on. Liz couldn't believe it when she saw the tank chair. She loved the outdoors, she loved to be active, and thanks to Brad and this tank chair, she was going to be able to go back to doing the things she loved doing. Brad did such a great job on Liz's chair, he decided to start making them for other people based on their special needs. He even created a text-to-speech system for a client who was unable to speak. The products sell for about $15,000 on his website, and worth every penny. Subscribe for more.